Well, Simon, it's been a pretty eventful week in the world of football this week, particularly at the top level. A little bit quieter for you, no midweek game, obviously. How's training been?
Yeah, training's been good. Good response following the game from Saturday. I think we were all naturally a little bit disappointed, but I think we needed to, apply some perspective and some balance to it. Realise that we perhaps weren't, at our best on Saturday. But there were positives to take as well, and really and truly it's good to have a good week's training going into this fixture Saturday, and I think we needed a little period of time without having to immediately turn our attention to another game.
What are the overriding emotions from that game against Maidenhead? Because you spoke about perspective there. When you look at it, you've come from behind twice. It could prove an important point come the end of the season. Yeah,
I think, look, there's no doubt about it. When you're at home, given the fixture it was a game we wanted to win, but there's no easy way of winning games, and as we expected, it proved to be a difficult game. So without doubt, them type of games at home, this part of the season, they're important, of course. But equally, I think it is important when perhaps things haven't gone to plan, you haven't been at your best, somehow you find a way to get something out of the game. And I think it was important that, me as a coach, manager of the group, focused on, of course, what needed to be better, but also, highlighted the fact that we did manage to get something out of the game. And as you rightly point out, then points can be really, really vital.
It was interesting. I was listening to an interview with Ryan Crowsdale the other week, and he was speaking about how maybe as a result of all the external focus on the club because of the investment that's being put in, that at times it's felt like we've had a bit of a target on our back with some teams like raising the game against us. Is that how you've seen it?
Possibly. It's not something I focus on. I think even if that is the case, it's something that I can't influence or we can't affect. All we can do is focus on really and truly ourselves and our own level of performance and what we might have to adapt to, tactically to our opponent. But I don't think what we can't second guess at is someone else's mindset around us as a football club or, around our investment or whatever it might be. Really and truly, we have to just take every game, on the merits that it is. So yeah, maybe that is a truth, maybe it's not a truth. I don't think really and truly we'll ever know the answer to that. Again, all we can focus on is our own level of performance and our own level of application. And by and large, in recent times, both have been, very good and excellent.
In other club news, another new contract announced this week. Alex Reid this time. How happy are you to have your top scorer tied down for another 2 years?
Yeah, pleased for Reedy. I think his contribution this season, particularly with his goal scoring record, is there for everyone to see. So, he deserves his new contract, and hopefully that can, give him the platform to bounce on, continue to improve, and most importantly, maintain his level of contribution to this season.
Another new addition to the squad as well in the form of Ryan Rydell from Fleetwood Town. Where does he fit into your plans, both in the short and the long term? Well,
I think we're pleased to have Ryan on board first and foremost, and he's chose our football club for the next stage of his career. He's a player that comes with League One playing pedigree at a young age, and I think the short term reasoning behind Ryan coming in would be we want healthy competition in all areas, as I've mentioned before. And also, players with ambition that want to come on the journey. And his age, lends itself to them factors. And longer term, obviously, he's a player that's got loads of development ahead of him. He's got some really positive attributes. And hopefully, we can help him develop and turn into a really strong player for us.
Boreham Wood coming up at the weekend. It's obviously another big game. They're on a pretty incredible run of form at the minute. 11 draws in the last 14 games. Another one on Tuesday against Barnet. But they still do have slim playoff hopes at this stage of the season. Are we at that point now in the season where these all become must-win games?
I understand why people say that. I think it's important that you focus on what you feel is important at this time of the year. And look, I said last week, everyone wants to win every single game, but I think the results in this division more recently and over the long term, as is every division, that sometimes it throws up peculiar results, and that can happen. So as much as we want to win every game, I think what we just have to focus on is our level of performance and our priorities, and making sure that we're giving everything we can. I can't ask, as a manager of the group, I can't ask any more than 100% effort and commitment. I don't think that's been in doubt at any single point. And really and truly, as long as the players are giving us that, you know, there's going to be moments in games, there's moments of luck, ricochets, balls bounce, mistakes. You know, mistakes happen in football at every level, and you just have to manage them as they go. And as long as that level of application's there, you know, which it is, whether games are must win or not, you know, that is something that ultimately can come down to fine margins.
And another thing that you can take a lot of confidence from going forward is our form away from home this season. I think only Torquay and Sutton have picked up more points on their travels this season. What do you put that down to?
You know, maybe it comes back to a little bit of when people come to Stockport, maybe there is you know, an extra couple of % to make sure they're coming away with clean sheets or the defensive priorities. Who knows? You know, what I put that down to is the players. You know, we got good players, we got a good group, and they are capable of going away from home and delivering a result. You know, there's no one in this division that we fear. So, you know, maybe there's a little bit of just credit to the players for going away from home and getting them points on the board. So I think what's important is that we find a way away from home and at home, and certainly that is something we'll be looking at over the next 8 games.
8 games to go now. We're obviously right in the thick of the run into the end of the season. When you look back at your career, obviously you've won this division twice as a player, with Boston in 2002 and Crawley in 2011. You've won promotion with Brighton under 23s from the PL2. You've had time there as a first team coach. Are those experiences something you're able to draw on in this situation to help you going forward? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, you know, I've had an eclectic set of experiences as a coach and manager. You know, the promotions at Brighton with the 23s and the first team from Championship to Premier League. You know, I took a lot of experience from that. And also my playing career, you know, at this level where I was lucky enough to win the division twice. So I think really what I take from that is that the players need support. You know, it's tough. You know, being a footballer and winning divisions does not come easy. You know, promotion in any form, you know, takes an incredible amount of effort, commitment. Sometimes a little bit of luck does come into the equation. But our mindset is that we're going to earn our own luck and we're going to earn the right to be successful. And you know, so my experiences, of course, I draw upon. Also the staff as well. We've got Mark, who's had promotions with, you know, Brighton, Millwall, Reading, I believe, as well. So, you know, I think what we would both focus on from our experiences is being calm, you know, taking one game at a time. As long as we're focusing on the things that we think are really, really important, that, you know, we can step foot off the pitch at the end of the game, the players and the staff, and we can say, do you know what, we've given it a right go there. And as long as we're doing that, you know, hopefully everything else falls into place. So I think it's about staying calm and focusing on the basics really, and making sure that, you know, we're not looking too far ahead and we're not, you know, judging ourselves too much on the past. You know, we just need to stay present, stay in the moment, and have utter belief. You know, I believe in this group of players, and I think how we've performed lately and the effort and commitment, I think, you know, the fans would be right behind us with that, and you know, that is ultimately what we want. You know, we want to unite the people that are supporting us, and we'll be giving everything over the next 8 games. That is a guarantee.
Simon, it's been great talking to you. Thanks for your
Pleasure.
time.
Thank you.